always say people go around and say, I'm praying for your health, and I say, thank you very much, but please pray for Justice Stevens' health instead. 87 years old. There will be no combat troops on the ground in Afghanistan, in Iraq, after 9 to 10 months after John takes office. He brings home 40 to 50,000 troops immediately, National Guard and reserves, so that's about the number there, who never intended to be there for this length of time, get them out as quickly as humanly possible, and then remove the remaining troops, remaining combat troops, with the exception of the ones to protect the embassy.
I love Elizabeth and John, and they're the real deal, and that's why we're voting for her.
Spent the last couple of days in New Hampshire. We had beautiful weather. The trees are changing. A little bit rainy today, which is why my hair looks like this. But great crowds every place we went, in Plymouth and Lincoln, just now in Amherst. We have been talking about education, a lot about healthcare, of course about Iraq, about the recent vote on about Iran, and where the country needs to go. I've seen an enormous amount of excitement, which has been terrific, and great crowds. So I leave New Hampshire now, be back in a couple of weeks, but I think John is back here a couple of times before I am. So we look forward every time to being with the people of New Hampshire.
Education is very important. We know, as a young child, I know that that's what was going to make me successful in life. So she made a very good point about education and what can be done and what needs to be done, and I wholeheartedly agree with her on that.
John's plan is to do something they did in North Carolina, which is called a school-wide assessment team. They send in specialized teachers and resource teachers and people into the office and people even into the building to say, why is it not happening in this school? You know, they want it to happen, but it's not. So what's going on? And they look. In North Carolina, when they did that, when they sent in those specialized SWAT teams, school-wide assessment teams, they actually found out what was happening. 80% of schools in the second year were turned around because they figured out what was wrong, and then they did the important other step, and that is they funded the particular fix they needed.